I always get excited when I'm asked to talk about the University of Botswana, largely because it's an institution of higher learning that has really played a pivotal role in human capital development in this country. Actually, most of the public servants, those in the private sector, those in parastatals, I would say without doubt that almost 90% of them have been trained at the University of Botswana. We are a comprehensive university offering all kinds of degrees from undergraduate level all the way to PhD level.
Sociology at its foundation 200 years ago was thought as, and it remains to be that, the fourth and final science. It is really the connector, the network between every science and every social science and every art subject with the people. There is no access, there is no possibility of world-class development, world-class education, relevant technologies without the contribution of sociology as a discipline and sociologists as professionals.
Yes, sociology it's a diverse field. Having chosen, juvenile delinquency has always been my interest. More so that I have been a teacher for some time, so I have dealt with students, and I have seen that delinquency in our schools has actually taken a different direction, which needs to be addressed.
I play multiple roles in the program. First of all, I was very instrumental in its creation. When I joined the department, there was only one person in the department who was a specialist criminologist, and I became the second person. At that time, the department was running a program at the diploma level, and the university decided to phase out diploma programs to introduce degree programs. So my colleague and I were very instrumental in the creation of the program from scratch. So we created the program, and I naturally graduated from coordinating the diploma in criminal justice to coordinating the degree in criminal justice studies.
The most important piece of advice that students require relates to the requirements they need to fulfill and or satisfy in order for them to graduate. You will realize that the university has what I propose to call a constitution in the form of the university calendar. That is the basic document that contains everything relating to the requirements each and every student in a particular program has to fulfill in order to graduate. One thing in this university that I'm proud of and students should be proud of in terms of resources is their library. This library is one of the best in Africa and competes favorably with the first world libraries. The resources available there are massive. And I'm particularly proud of our subject librarian, our current subject librarian, how supportive she is and how she would personally invite us as lecturers to encourage our students to approach her in case they want some material and so forth. She will go to that extent.
The graduate studies that we run in the department currently are three. We have a Master of Arts in Development Studies, we have a Master of Arts in Sociology, we have an MPhil PhD in Sociology. Yes, we currently have 20 MA students. That is inclusive of MA Sociology and MA in Development Studies. and we are currently having 18 MPhil PhD students at various stages.
And with the learning environment, it is good, it is interesting, and one thing I can also highlight is that the demands and the expectations by my supervisors are high. Therefore, it somehow puts pressure on me to make sure that I meet those demands and expectations, and also submit on time the tasks that are given to me.
The other very important feature of the program is the internship. The students take the first 3 years in class, learning theory, learning practical skills of being a graduate. But on the 3rd year, at the end of the 3rd year, they are sent on an attachment to criminal justice agencies around the country, mainly the courts, the prisons, the police. That's where some of the students go. And this is a very important feature of the program because it allows students to appreciate the practical aspects of criminology.
The vision for us as an institution is that we should be a center of excellence not only locally but globally. We really want to reach international standards. We want our presence to be felt in society. The key things for us are quality in the type of graduates that we produce, quality in our teaching and learning. Service, that's the other fundamental thing. Service to humanity. Impact, how are we impacting lives with our academic activities? What we do, does it impact positively on somebody's livelihood out there? As a university, are we playing our role in stimulating the economy of this country? Those are the fundamental things for us as an institution. Are we having impact? Is our research solving real problems out there?
The University of Botswana has a teaching and learning policy that is already designed to ensure that some of the outcomes of our education, broadly, not just specifically to the Department of Sociology, are skill specific, soft skills, communication skills, research skills. So we are a really strongly soft skill based department. Besides the point that I've already made about the fact that a lot of the issues that we learn those skills, soft skills through are also deeply theoretical, but also connected to lives as people know them, except they then learn more dynamics than they would have experienced at a personal level. So we have students that will get into every field. A sociologist will be relevant in every field.
Our students are getting absorbed in many areas, in the private sector, in the public sector, in the NGO sector. Some of them are coming back to teach at the university. We have students who are in very high positions in society, all over the SADC region mainly, but we also have had students from as far afield as North Africa, West Africa, East Africa, and the United States of America. So our students are making an impact, and also there's evidence that our programs are really impacting on their employability, and also they are taking more responsibilities in wherever they are working.
It's fundamentally important that the university is not just a local university. We must go out and our presence felt in the global village. That is why internationalization becomes very, very important for us. Not only should it be confined to student-staff exchanges, but it's very, very important that we forge relationships, collaborations in terms of research with the best universities out there. Also, develop programs with those international partners, degree programs, co-create, redesign degree programs, academic offerings with the best out there. That is fundamentally important for us.
The program also has an exchange program. Some of the students who have graduated from the program benefited from the exchange program between such universities as the Northern Arizona University. The best of the students, the best of our students, they apply, compete with other students, and qualify. And between the University of Botswana and the Northern Arizona University, we have had about 4 students who went into that exchange program.
Sociology in our own communities has always been understood. So what is important is pursue sociology. It will take you far, and more so that it's not only about learning our societies, but it is also about molding us to becoming better individuals and also contributing positively in our own society. So I'll say to you at home, pursue it. It will take you very far.
We are here as a department and as a university to ensure that students come to the university and get value for their money. But not only that, but also that they have a good experience, or the Madikolo experience, as we affectionately refer to our university. They have to get good experience. So besides familiarizing themselves with what we offer, they can also come to us before they register so that we can advise in terms of the course offerings, and also in terms of what the regulations require.
The crux of the matter in sociology is developing communities and the connection between communities and the state and other partners in development from various standpoints, be it from policing, law and order, be it from health and access to health, indigenous knowledge systems. It can be about the media and how it links to development, how we link even politics to development. So we study the smaller structures that build together towards understanding of how individuals connect to a bigger ecosystem of knowledge and power.
Teaching has taken a new dimension. With the advent of this pandemic, we now see a shift from classroom-based teaching to the virtual type of teaching. It is a relatively new arrangement. It has had its own challenges, not surprisingly, because it probably caught us by surprise. Sometimes the platforms are not working properly, or they were not sufficiently anticipating this sudden surge in the use, and so forth and so forth. But we believe that now that we have come to appreciate that this pandemic will be with us for some time, the university will also prepare itself.
The time is now that as the University of Botswana, we look at the problems that we have. We are facing a pandemic right now. And the pandemic has taught us one thing, that we cannot afford to be waiting for others to find solutions for us. That is why we are having this crisis in the developing country, because we don't find solutions for ourselves. We want somebody else to find solutions and sell to us. I think COVID has taught us, and we must learn from this COVID. In terms of expansions, we are not expanding in terms of infrastructure or something like that. What we are strengthening now is strengthening our research. We want to be a research-focused institution, and therefore the transition and our efforts are on this transition from being a predominantly teaching and learning to a more research-intensive university. Because knowledge economies means that the university must be research-intensive, innovative, and importantly, also entrepreneurial.
you.